When you're marketing on Reddit, it's not too dissimilar from any other kind of SEO marketing. It's just you're not really working with keywords while you make your content. You're using the keywords and the niches to find the groups you want to talk to. So, for instance, the Grizzlies suspend Morant. Oh, I don't know what that means. Anyway, so if, say, for instance, the one I kind of put together here was like, say, you want to make an indie game, right? You type in indie games into your subreddits. Bam. What you want to do is you want to look at communities, right? Here's all these subreddits involving indie games, right? Now, whatever you're trying to do in your own niche, try and find, I would say, bare minimum 2. 5's better, but somewhere in that low range of active subreddits within your niche, right? When I say active, I mean like people are posting there day to day. There's like actual human beings there, at least a few hundred to a few thousand, right? So if I go to indie games, r/indie games, you'll see here 9 hours ago. That's an ad 27 days ago. What the? All right, this is on the best. So we want to sort by new. Right. Okay. Card compact. 18 minutes ago, 22 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. Obviously, our indie gaming is an active subreddit. Great. Let's make a note of that one. We got one here. Okay, cool. What else we got? Indie gaming. Indie gamers. Shitty indie games. Right. So we'll just go through a couple of these. Here's 5 of them, and then we just look here. And just make sure that they're active. It's exactly the process I would do for whatever I was going to advertise. Right? See here, 8 days, 10 days ago. This one's a little less active. It's got 74 weekly visitors, 6 weekly contributions. Not super bumping. You could maybe do a little bit of work here, but not much. This one's 87 weekly. Oh, actually, that's funny. Weekly video with visitors. I think this one has, oops. Funny enough, I think this one has a smaller amount of overall readers. Right? Indie game. This one's our indie game. 13K, but I think it's actually more active than the bigger one. So that's actually funny. So this one here has 400,000 people, and now nobody's really doing anything in here. This one has 13,000, fraction of the other one, but it has 87 weekly contributions. So this is a very active subreddit. Okay, we should keep this one. I like this one, right? That's a good sign. 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. Okay, this one's actually quite active. Okay, we got 2. Already, you're good to go, honestly, depending on what you're doing, but let's get a little more. This one's full of Russians. Uh-oh. I don't... Well, oh no, the Russians are in this one. Or I guess other countries use Cyrillic languages, so... First, this one's 9 months ago. Okay, this one's dead. This one's completely dead. This one's got 3.5... This is a super busy one. We already know this one's busy because there's 3,500 weekly contributions. So we got 3 subreddits, right? I want to make an indie game. I got 3 subreddits. Now, all you got to do is be active in these 3 subreddits. That's it. Now, before you be active, go over here and check their specifics, right? Every single subreddit is going to have some kind of boring rules like no cross-posting, be civil, no adult content, blah, 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 don't overpost 2 times a week, right? And, you know, some of them can be a little annoying. Some of them are actually quite justified because they're just trying to keep the communities clean. But Redditors can be a little weird sometimes. God bless them. The mods. The mods just don't. They just don't have enough. They don't have enough boyfriends and girlfriends in their lives, obviously, just to make an ongoing shot at Reddit mods because they deserve it. Because they're no fun. Anyway, that aside, all you're gonna do is, I would say, once a week, post your own stuff. And then for that, have at least 4 other interactions with the community. You want to keep like 20% yours, 80% talking to people and just commenting and just interacting. Because Reddit is actually very, very friendly to you posting your own stuff because Reddit is based on people posting their content, right? Without it, Reddit would be a ghost town. So they need you to do that. But they don't like self-promo because, hey, too much self-promo is like a little annoying. Like, okay, come on, you want to interact here, right? The same way if you walk into a room and you just yell what you're selling and then leave, no one really likes you, right? It's the Same thing here. So all you do is you find your three spaces, and then you just start interacting, right? So you might go, okay, this game here, when your in-game batteries remind you real blah, 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 blah. Okay, so then I might go in here, comments like, batteries, hard to throw out, right? Just interact, whatever. Make a genuine effort. The more you're actually involved in the community, generally the better you're received when you post your own stuff. And then what you do over time is at first it's going to be a bit of a slow burn because you're just kind of getting into the communities and learning how people work. Eventually, two really cool things are going to happen. People are going to start to know who you are. They're going to recognize your name, which makes it easy to kind of push your own content. People will start to interact with you. The other part is you have this free access to insane marketing potential, right? Because I can go, like, for instance, if you're like, I don't know what to do for my own art, whatever the niche is, you go into one of these subreddits, you can just make a post saying, hey, what game do you wish people would make, right? Or you can even look at a game that like exists, like Hollow Knight, like, hey, what sucked about Hollow Knight? There's going to be some things that it didn't do right. It's a very, it's a very popular game, but there's going to be some things people like had a problem with. And if you want to make a game that's like Hollow Knight, you can now make that game that fixes the things Hollow Knight did wrong for those people, right? And so Reddit just turns into like this super duper like niche marketing engine because you can walk right into the room that's already sorted for the demographics. And you can use it like this super tool for either sourcing people towards your own work or for doing market research, right? I mean, someone else shout something out. What do we got? What's another niche? I mean, I know on Reddit, you know, I type in girl and we go to communities. Oh, look, not safe for work, not safe for work, not safe for work, not safe. Oh, wow. Okay, geez, this is holy.
Wait, but they can still coexist with all the other.
Yeah,
Reddits?
they're just gated. I'm not gonna click on them because I don't know who's gonna watch this. I'm just saying I know Reddit has. Because I know you've expressed interest in that. I know Reddit has a lot of this stuff. So you could go into these that are probably within your kind of niche. I'm not going to get too into detail here. And you could probably build your own little community off that. And what you would do is you would just use Reddit as a way to drive people to your own stuff. That's it. Right? So you go and get interactive. You post your own art. You comment on other art. And every now and then you just mention, hey, I'm actually, you could even like put together posts. Hey, I'm going to make this curation website. What would you guys like to see involved? And that post might do really good numbers and actually drive the base traffic to your site until it builds its own momentum, right? So anyways, I went on a little tangent there, but like shout something out. What's the niche you guys are into? That's not safe for work.
Resident Evil.
Say Resident Evil?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. That's probably too niche because you want to do just Resident Evil art, right? Or you just want to talk about Resident Evil.
I don't know. I was just naming out Resident Evil.
Okay.
I can't think of it.
Let's think of like maybe horror fan art or horror art, right? Because if you just do Resident Evil art, that's probably too niche. Let's try horror.
No, anime's too broad, Simon.
No, anime's fine. Actually, that's probably horror art is probably too niche. Now, okay, when I say
that one's blurred.
Like when I say too niche, it's how can I put this? You just need to make sure there's enough people within the community to support what you want to do. That's it.
Okay.
So even though Creepy Art only has 117,000 members, which is very small by Reddit standards, or not small, it's just not that big. There might be people in this community that are ravenous art buyers. And this subreddit may be enough to actually support your entire career. You don't know that till you get in there. But I really want to get this idea in your heads that it's not just about overall numbers, it's about the quality of the numbers, right? If I walk into a room of 10 people and all 10 people are like, I want to pay you $10,000 a month to exist, that's a really cool room to be in, but it's only 10 people, right? Now, if you can find that room, let me know, because I want to go into that room. But that's just to get the idea across, right? So like creepy art. So this person drew this creepy thing here, and they have 34 upvotes. That's not bad, right? Okay, over here, creepy art 124. Like, there's definitely some real demand for just weird, creepy art. And if you want to do that as what you want to sell, get involved in this community. And see one of the really big things. This is like half of the battle of being an artist is you have to kind of get a little over your fear of talking to people, because one of these superpowers of growing your own audience is you have to connect with people. Like if you want to avoid it, there's ways you can do it with like SEO and things like that. But the much simpler way is just learning to talk to folks, right? Remember, they're like most of them are just as awkward as you. They don't want to talk to people either. Yeah, you can use that as your shared experience. Just like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you, but I want to be an artist. I want to be an artist too. It's like, how you doing? Just go from there. Because a lot of artists are kind of introverted. Oh, that's friggin' cool.
That is sick.
See, now, again, another sign of like, and Reddit is so cool because it has voting systems. So I can like say, I want to do horror art, and I go to creepy art, and I go to, let's do top. All time. All of this is super validated art style, right? 11,000 likes. If I can create art that looks something like this, I will probably get a pretty good reaction. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So like layers of fear. Oh, that's actually kind of a cool painting. So these ideas of like watching someone just melt, that sells, right?
Yeah.
That sells, and so on and so forth. That is friggin' creepy looking.
That's really creepy.
Oh, but I can't stop looking at it. Oh God,
I'm home.
friggin' hate that. Jeez,
Makes me think of the poltergeist girl.
Yeah, The Grudge. It's got that weird smell. Like this one doesn't really bother me that much. It's like, yeah, that's kind of gross, but I think I'm gonna have some nightmares about this one later. Oh, fuck, I hate that. Anyways, so that's creepy art.
How about creepy pasta if we're going down that route?
Same thing. If you want to write creepy stories, like
no, because creepy pasta art is like
yeah. So you could like, there's a million ways to do this. You could go, for instance, watch this. If I decide to go creepy pasta, okay. Communities. Here's the creepy pasta community. Now, if you're into creepy pasta, you know that art is a really big part of this whole thing, right? People write their stories. They love to have a really creepy ass picture with their story. You can go to like, say, I don't know, let's do the top of the week, right? Let's see, what do we got? I don't actually know what's going to happen here, so we're just figuring it out together. Okay, so here's just a text story, right? This is the way you can drum up your own traffic for what you do. Here is a story with some validation. It's got 35 likes. You could decide, I'm going to make a little comic out of this. Get in touch with the person who wrote it. Like, is it cool if I turn your thing into a comic? It's free. I just want to make some art. You can then use this validated story as the basis for your art, and you'll probably get some traffic based off that. Do you see how you can like use these to feed each other?
Yeah.
Right? And so now you don't want to go and like try and sell your art to the writer, because they might not be really into that, but you can make art for it. And now if this person right here, this Emo Frank, they got 18,000 post karma. They might have some followers on Reddit. If you make their story into a cool comic book, they'll probably tell their followers, and you might get some followers yourself. It's like, hey, this guy made a really cool comic book out of my story. You should go check it out. You're probably gonna get some traffic, right? So this is how Reddit is like just this like super marketing tool, specifically because of this upvote feature. This, because it just tells you what people want. It's like cheating.
Okay.
You can like skip entire interview phases of your project just by looking at Reddits and seeing, do people want this? What do they want? Right? So, like I said, you said anime art, right? I want to draw anime art. Right, anime art, that's a huge one. There's 29 people there right now. Anime sketch. I don't know, I'm gonna come, please. Hey. Blurred. Jesus Christ, you guys. Y'all need Jesus. It's all just... this one should be blurred. Excuse me, those are nipples. Okay, so
those are good.
So clearly, if you guys, I think Reddit's where you might want to hang out, Osaka, just because they're not stopping these people. I know they're not stopping. This stuff has been here for years. Reddit don't give a fuck. They don't care. Oh, you can see this person right here.
Content.
Right here, actually, this Genos guy.
Reddit kind of reminds me of like a slightly more a nicer looking 4chan.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Twitter doesn't
Kind
really
of.
stop it either. They just shadow ban, but there's a very healthy community there for this crap. Anyways, you can see here this guy.
Okay, understood. So I probably have to use the same kind of platforms as well.
Oh yeah, you honestly, I know a little bit about what you're up to. You're probably gonna hang out on like Discord, Reddit, and then make your own website. Probably
Yeah,
your
it's
safest
very
bet.
likely.
You're like
Yeah.
Instagram's gonna ban you. X is gonna allow you to exist, but treat you like their like stepchild. Like they're not gonna show you to people, but you're allowed to be in the room.
Huh.
Pinterest, no. So all the like big short form, Mark Zuckerberg probably owns it platforms. I wouldn't bother if
Blue
you.
Sky?
Um, they're kind of in
No.
that weird in between. I don't know what I think they're. I
Oh,
think
you
they're.
think they're gonna? You think they might ban it or something?
Well, see, that's the thing. So like,
Because everybody bans it eventually. Like Tumblr banned it.
yeah,
Like
yeah. So like,
Twitter banned
Tumblr's a
it.
really good example, and that's what I was going to use. Is Tumblr kind of let it happen until they wanted to like go public or sell. Now they come down hard because they want publishers, right? So they kind of let those people. Honestly, it's a little abusive on the platform's parts because they know there's a
It is.
huge
Yeah.
demand for that kind of art, and it gets
Yeah.
traffic. So they seem to kind of use them to build their platform's notoriety and their initial traffic to just draw in people, and then they just cut them off when they're not convenient anymore. Once they're big enough to go
be
to
honest,
advertisers, they
Tumblr
just
used to do that place, and I think now it's Patreon, if I'm
yeah.
not mistaken.
Patreon's kind of doing that little flip right now, where they're kind of like they're kind of sort of saying, no, you can't do that anymore, and they're starting to ban people for doing it. And I think they're just kind of using it, like yeah. Patreon's the one that's doing it right now.
I think
Tumblr
I
did
agree
it,
with you.
and I think Blue
Yes, I
Sky's
think-
kind of in
I
that
think I agree
weird
with you.
sort
I
of.
think Patreon's gonna also go that way. I think so too.
Yeah, I think Blue Sky's kind of in that weird in between. They're like
I
they're
think
trying to let
the only
it.
way to really show not safe for work stuff is you have to own the website.
Yeah, it's just on like you'd probably want to hang out on Reddit and Discord and some people are like this is like I'm not even clicking the ones that are blurred. I'm not going to because this is supposed to be a recorded video for I assume the abundance of 12-year-olds in this program here, but you guys are above 18, right? You're under 18. Oh dear God.
Well, anyway, could we check out another niche?
Yeah,
I
sure.
remember when I was 18.
I
I remember hundreds of years ago,
It used to be a time.
back when the Holy Roman Emperor Charlemagne was still telling us what to do.
Not the Holy Roman Empire.
He was a bit of a pushy fella, that one.
Hey, give me another niche. I'll show you one more. You're probably getting the idea.
Yeah,
though.
let's do one of my favorite communities is actually cassette futurism.
What is it?
'Cause they have-
Futurism?
No, cassette futurism.
Okay.
It was actually right there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. What do we got here? Oh,
So it's kind of niche, and it just gives you that.
that
basically
is
gives
cool.
you
Look at that thing go. Money well spent. I just want to spell swear words with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I have a typewriter hooked up to my computer.
Yeah, this is pretty
Well,
cool.
you know,
That's what I need.
Fallout is kind of in the cassette futurism. Ridley Scott's Aliens is in that style.
Yeah.
A number
So,
of things are kind of like old, but retro old to some degree.
yeah, retro. I know what you're talking about. Well, as far as things to sell, I don't know this niche very well at all. But if you like, if for instance you knew this niche, again, this goes to play your niche. If you know this,
Again, I'm just talking about the ones that I know about because I'm in the subreddit. So
well, it's not
I,
necessarily
like,
about just going into the
follow along
like.
with it.
So, it depends on again because we're talking about business here. If you're trying to sell things and you're trying to create a business around what you do, you go to the subreddits. Like you don't have to like only go to subreddits that you want to make money from. Right? This is just if you want to do that to build your marketing and your brand through this, right? So if, for instance, you wanted to make these like little weird retro custom typewriters for people, and there was a market for that, you'd want to hang out in this subreddit. And that doesn't mean you can't hang out here for
I kind of
funsies.
do also. I mean, apart from art, this is one of my other things that I really love.
Yeah. So I mean,
Um,
if and I don't know if there's demand for this stuff, but if people want these like little retro keyboards and they're really into that, you could make custom keyboards. And then you would work through Reddit here to advertise your stuff. Again, you have when you're on Reddit, you really have to balance. And I find it's usually 1 in 5. Your own stuff versus communicating. Like what I used to do, when I was using Reddit, I actually use Reddit all the time. Not these days, but I used to use it like a lot because it's really, really good for marketing. Is I would just at the start of my day or whatever, go to my 3 subreddits and just interact with 3 posts. That's what I would do. It would take all of like 15 minutes. You just interact, say hi, people start to know you. You know, it's not hard to have a conversation. Reddit's kind of slow. It doesn't happen super rapidly. You respond to some people and you just kind of show up, walk through the room, say hi. And then, you know, every few days, once a week, go in and post your own stuff. Post it on each subreddit, right? Like the indie one, there's 3 of them. If I made a little video of my game dev that week, I'd post it on each one of the subreddits and then walk away. And that'd be it. And then you could use that to generate traffic for whatever you're up to. Like my first SEO project, it was for a gardening blog. And I generated almost all my traffic through Reddit initially to get it jump started in the search engines. And I would just go to like our gardening, our organic gardening, our whatever the other one was, and I would just post my articles in there once a week, and that would generate thousands of hits. It's that simple. That's Reddit. Learn it, love it.
Have an idea for a subreddit.
Learn it, life it, love it. I don't know. It's good enough. Anyways, any questions about this?
I think that's pretty straightforward.
Everyone understands how you can use Reddit?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I'll stop recording there for any future viewers.